Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ari Sandiko. In this very good opportunity, I would like to present about something related to very interesting topic, which is game theory. This is the discussion about the strategic pricing in Indonesia retail industry between a very big giant or two giant that control, we can say, the retail industry in Indonesia, which is Indomaret and Alfamart. So this presentation is part of the mid-examination of economics and business landscape analysis classes in my MBA program, SBM ITB. So if you look at these two pictures, in Indonesia, competition of these two is not only theoretical, we can say, it's something that we as a customer will experience every single day. If you walk through or go around your neighborhood in your city or even in your village, maybe you will often find those two convenience stores, Indomart and Alfamart, always located side by side, and it's very easy to find. Maybe in some 100 meter we can easily find Alfamart and then Alfamart again and then Indomart in a very close distance. So before I go deep into the game theory perspective, let me a little bit show the company's background and also some of the key information related to those two giants. See here from the owner, the Indomar is owned by Salim Group, who is Anthony Salim, the one of the famous entrepreneur, while Alfamart is owned by Alpha Group of Joko Susanto. From the asset point of view, Indomart has around 21.3 trillion rupiah, while Alfamart is even way higher. It has around almost 39 trillion rupiah. In the amount of outlet, Indomart has, I think, way a little bit higher than Alfamart, where Alfamart only has around 19,000 outlets across the country, while Indomart has 22.8 thousand outlets. But in terms of revenue, they are both almost the same at the level of 120 trillion. And Alfamart is around 118 trillion. But in terms of the net profit, it's very interesting that Indomart has only around 1.1 trillion, while Alfamart is way higher by almost triple at 3.1 trillion. In terms of the net profit margin, so because Alfamart can generate net profit higher, they have around 2.7% of net profit margin, while Indomart has only 0.9%. And the last one, this is the very interesting one. While Indomart has 36.8% of market share in Indonesia, while Alfamart has even higher, they have 43.3% of market share. So if we combine both of them only in the retail industry in Indonesia, they can already reach more than 80% of market share in the retail industry in Indonesia. So we can say that 8 out of 10 of the retail store, it's only those two, either Alfamart or Indomart. So why this competition or this conflict of those two, Indomart and Alfamart, really matter? In Indonesia, we know that the retail market is very highly competitive. It's a very large cake of market from the city, the village, across all provinces in Indonesia, and they have a very low margin. Why? Because if you change small pricing or even promotional decision, like for example discount, it can significantly affect your profitability or your market share. That's why pricing here is very sensitive. So even though Indomart and Alfamart always compete in many aspects such as location, product variation, convenience, and also digital innovation, Pricing is still direct tools of the competition. I think this is the most important competition aspect of those two retail. So in such competition environment, Indomaret and Alfamart cannot make decisions independently. Instead, they must anticipate every competitor, how competitor will react with your activity or with your decision. So making this competition is very strategic, interdependent each other, which can be later analyzed by the framework of game theory. So before we go next to the, I'll draw later the matrix table of this game theory. For Indomaret and Alfamart, they have only two choice of pricing in the game theory of perspective. The first one is, I think both of them have two same choice, whether they want to charge a normal price for their customer, or either they want to make an aggressive discount. That can later impact to the quantity of sales, the margin, the volume, and then the profit itself. See here, I already draw the choice of combination that is possible from the impact of the pricing choice that they can make. For example, they can both have a combination of charging a normal and normal price. So both company here, we can say that they play very safe. They will charge a stable price, stable quantity, margin and market share will always the same in this kinds of situation. And we can say that this is the baseline of payoff. And the second scenario is one of them can charge a normal price while the other can charge with a discount price. So in this situation, like for example, Alfamart, for example, they will charge price lower, and then volume will increase, of course, and then because they charge lower price, margin will decrease, but overall profit will increase. And on the other hand, the situation where Indomaret will face is they will, because Alfamart already set a lower price, Indomaret will have loss traffic and quantity. Even though they set the same price, their profit will decrease subsequently. This situation will apply vice versa if Indomaret and Alfamart charge normal and the other charge the discount price. And how if they both charge discount and discount price? For Indomaret and Alfamart, of course, what will happen? Price will decrease, and then quantity of sales will slightly increase because price is already decreased, but margin of profit of those two will significantly decrease, lower than the baseline. That's why. Why? Because this situation already set as they have a price war for each other. So the payoff matrix that I would like to present later is based on some of the assumption or approach. Here is the assumption. Like I will tell you the matrix in the amount of profit instead of revenue. I will use the actual profit of Indomaret and Alfamart, but it will be rounded and simplified into 3-digit in trillion. Like for example, in 1.1 trillion, I would say 100 only. And this comparison will be simplified and normalized into 100 versus 120. So to make it more comparable and avoid any bias. So I didn't, because you know that the net profit of Indomaret and Alfamart is one compared to 3, but in this case I make it 100 versus 120 to make it comparable. And then these are some of the assumptions, right? The retail industry is highly sensitive to respond to any price change. And then when the company discount applied, for example, it will make the change in volume is higher than the margin. So subsequently, profit will increase. And also when the competitor discount applied, volume will drop and then margin will be the same. So as a consequence, profit will decrease. But when both company give discount, volume will only increase, but margin decrease very significantly, and profit, I assume here, it will decrease by 25%. So here, I would like to draft the game theory matrix of all those scenario here. Here, like the first scenario is, what if, this is the first scenario, Indomaret charge normal price and Alfamart charge normal price as well. So Indomaret will have profit of 100, and then Alfamart will have a profit of 120. So this is the ideal and normal or baseline condition without any price discount, promotion, or anything. And the second scenario here, this happen when Indomaret charge a normal price and then Alfamart give discount. So because Indomaret charge a normal price and the customer go more on the Alfamart retail store, the net profit of Indomaret will decrease from 100 to 80, and because Alfamart give discount, they will have higher profit by 144. So it's like around 20% of the baseline. And the third situation is, what if Indomaret gave discounts but Alfamart charged the normal price? So Indomaret will have a profit of, they will have higher profit by 120, and then Alfamart, because their customer goes to Indomaret, they will have lower profit at 96. And the fourth situation, this is where Indomaret and Alfamart, both of them give discounts. What will happen that there will be a price war. So margin will be very tough. That's why the total net income for both will decrease around 25%, as I assumed earlier in the previous slide. So Indomaret net profit will become 85 and Alfamart will become 105. Yeah. So yeah, here I already recap what I've already draw before in this game theory matrix. So for all the scenario, they have already the baseline and also the change in net profit of each company. So if we connect with the Ness equilibrium analysis, the Ness equilibrium analysis only happen when neither player can improve their outcome by changing their strategy alone. So from the metric we already draw here, we can observe that both Indomaret and Alfamart has a dominant strategy, which is they implement the aggressive discount. See here, Alfamart and Indomaret apply a aggressive discount, regardless of the action from the competitor. They give discount for a higher payoff for each firm. So therefore, the Nash equilibrium only occur when both firms choose to give discounts, resulting in the net profit of 85 versus 105. So at this point, neither firm has an incentive to unilaterally change its strategy. So yeah, this is the Nash equilibrium for all the scenario. The bottom right result where Indomaret and Alfamart charge for discount. But is it Pareto or optimal? I can say no, this outcome is not optimal because as both firms would earn higher profit under this scenario when they charge normal and normal. So this would be the optimal situation, not this situation. So as a conclusion, Indomaret and Alfamart operate in a very highly competitive and low margin market where pricing decision is very interdependent each other, making it very suitable for the game theory analysis or game theory discussion. And the second one, the game theory metric model, two strategies, normal pricing and discount, where can be applied by both company with payoff based on profit impact from the change of revenue and the change of margin. The NAS equilibrium only occur when both companies charge discount and discount, as both firms have a dominant incentive to discount regardless of the competitor's action. And the equilibrium is not Pareto optimal, as we already see in the previous simulation, because both firms would earn higher or optimum profit under the up left situation where both are charging normal and normal scenarios. And the last one, this situation reflects a prisoner dilemma where individually rational strategies lead to suboptimal outcome for both firms. I think that's all from myself. Thank you. I hope this will be beneficial. Assalamualaikum.